Welcome back to the channel. We are about to go to a car meet slash car event. I don't know if it's a car show or it's a cruise-in, so where a bunch of your buddies get together, you all cruise in together, hang out, have some food. They have food trucks going to be there, and then everyone basically cruises to wherever they're going. Last event was around 300-400 cars, so this event should be a good turnout. A couple of buddies in the neighborhood showed up with their GTRs, so we're gonna go meet at Sonic, regroup with some other guys over on the other side of Fayetteville, and then head on over. So stay tuned. Hey young man, what do we have here?
It's a 2013 5.0 Paxton Supercharged JLT intake. Makes about 654 to the wheels, 498 foot-pounds of torque. Just a fun weekend car.
What's your Instagram?
That Black Stang.
That Black Stang.
Yep.
All right, well go ahead and give him a follow so you can keep up with this build. What's your next mods that you're gonna do to the car?
Next mod is getting it cleaned up. It's a show car, fun car on the weekends. Right now, gonna be doing a GT500 front end swap. Just to get the bumper a little bit lower down. I didn't want to do anything crazy tire stretching to get it too low to the ground on there, but that's the next big thing.
It's going lower.
Huh? It's not gonna go lower. I'm just gonna build lower. It's like the car's gonna go like the GT500 bumper goes down lower, so I'll be able to touch on the floor.
Oh, okay. So
I'm not gonna actually physically make it lower.
Okay, I was gonna say, how are you gonna drive it if you're getting any
It's
lower?
on air, so I start the car and it'll air up.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, there's some people, believe it or not, that will come up to me and ask me how I drive it like this.
Have you ever heard of H2OI?
Yes, I have.
You would get impounded right now.
Oh, I would get impounded like as soon as I cross the bridge into Ocean City. God, like I won't even try it. You see, they're towing people that are factory height.
Yes,
There was a factory height Genesis. Like the guy just bought it, and they were towing them today.
So it's not baby seat approved, right?
No.
Dang.
It's a 2-seater with 4 seats in it.
All right, babe, we cannot trade in the Lamborghini for a V8 Mustang.
Just don't trade the Lamborghini in.
Brembo brakes. Nice. So you said it's a show car?
Yes, show and go.
Have you won any?
Yes, I have. Last weekend I went to the Mopars of Fayetteville show up on Skybo. Won Best Domestic up there at a Mopar show, which baffles me still. My latest big win was Roush Roush Automotive had an online virtual car show, and I won People's Choice on there, so people were all about it, and they didn't realize that it wasn't a Roush.
They probably had a lot of people.
It just has a lot of Roush parts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just people really like the car.
Do you let your wife drive it?
Yes, I do actually. I taught her how to drive stick on it.
You just earned some more brownie points.
Yes, so I taught her how to drive stick on it when it was NA, and then before she left to go to vet school in Indiana, I let her drive it with the blower on it. She goes, "It's faster. I can't get anything slower than this." So now I'm looking for a Cobra for her car, actually.
Sweet. So how long do you expect to keep this, or?
So I've had this since 2016. Yes, yeah, 2016, and I plan on not getting rid of it. It's paid off. Just everything. I've learned how to do everything on this car. Everything I did myself, all the mods, and I plan on holding on to it for either until it gets wrecked or it just falls apart. So hopefully never.
Well, it's a Ford, so it's gonna fall apart.
Oh, yeah. I got wrecked.
I'm just kidding.
No,
Hey,
it's fine.
Hey, thanks for coming on our show.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you.
Appreciate you.
Jay-Z's leading the pack.
I don't know.
Now you don't know what to do with your hands.
I don't know what to do.
Well, you have pockets. I don't. So.
You don't?
No, like, I got my fingertips in there.
You're already rolling.
Oh, sweet.
All right. Hey, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have Adam.
Yep.
And Adam, what do you have today?
This is my 1990 R32 Skyline GTR.
How long have you had it?
I got it in 2014. It was my daily driver when I was in Japan
Oh, wow.
for a couple of years. It's hard to build a car when it's your daily. It's not very easy.
And it's more expensive.
Yes.
The more you
yes,
drive it, the more it breaks.
Exactly.
So what kind of modifications do you have on this?
So it's running a metal head gasket, pond cams, stock refresh on the motor aside from that, R34 N1 turbos, full fuel system, all exhaust pieces are upgraded. It's running a top secret titanium catback.
Is it top secret?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weighs about 11 pounds. You can hold the whole thing up with one finger. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
ARC twin entry front mount. It's running a speed density tune and full flex setup. It's got a full tank of E85 right now, actually. So, I don't know. There's coilovers and other supporting pieces, and I don't know. It's easier for me to tell you the stuff that's really not done.
Yeah.
Still running a standard R32 brake setup, so probably the next thing I'll do would be the R33 Brembos for the brakes. But it's got enough stopping power for now.
Tell me about these wheels and tires.
So the wheels I got on Yahoo Auctions Japan. They are TE37 SL in hyper green. Had no idea what they were going to look like in person. The color doesn't capture very well in the camera,
Beautiful.
Ordered them, they showed up, and they look absolutely amazing. It's probably the one thing that I get the most compliments on for the car out of everything. And it's definitely one of my top 2 favorite mods. So.
What about these tires?
Just your standard Conti Extreme, 265 35s all the way around. You know, nothing crazy. That's really about it.
I'm digging that wing. That's a huge wing.
Yeah, so that actually came with the car. I'm not usually a big wing guy. I cannot remember the brand off the top of my head, but it's actually a really nice wing. I've had it refinished once just because the oxidation and stuff from all the sunlight burned into the clear pretty badly, but
It's nice, I like it. So how long do you plan on keeping this?
you know, I go back and forth. I always said that I was going to keep this for good, but I don't know if I could sell my Supra and sell this and then get an R34. I've thrown that around. I've thrown maybe getting a Viper around, but I put a lot of time and work into this, and it is my baby, so I don't know if I'll ever really actually get rid of it.
Well, it's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
What is your favorite thing about it?
Man, that's really hard to put a finger on that. I love the wheels. The seats are they only made 500 of the seats.
Oh, wow.
And it took me a year to complete the set. I found one with the small little shop that I bought the car from. About a year later, I found another one. They're $4,000 a piece. They retailed new. I picked the set up for $1,300.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and it's probably like one of the things that really makes you feel the car the most, because they hug you and they just hold you.
Yeah.
And you just have complete control after that, because you just feel everything. So it's an awesome driver's car. I mean, you feel, hear, see, smell everything. It's amazing. It's cool.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Say hello to our viewers, and do you have Instagram?
I do. My Instagram is single point of failure with periods between the words. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have Carl. Carl, tell us what you have here.
So 2020 Supra, it's not stock anymore, so downpipe catalyst, a little bit of an exhaust change in the back to keep the valve always open. One of the issues you have with the 2020 Supra is the valve will close and open on its own if you don't bypass it. Other than that, intake, a little bit of strut bracing. The biggest change was going with Visconti tuning. So with Visconti tuning, they're out of Connecticut. One of their guys is actually down here locally. They are hands down probably the best tuner I've ever worked with. You can call them at 2 in the morning,
Okay.
and they're gonna pick up. I know they've flashed people at 3 o'clock in the morning, and Marshall specifically will actually get in contact with you within like 5-10 minutes every day.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
And they'll do just about anything for you. So October 1st, I'll be going to the E50 blend. It'll be quick, but right now probably 500 crank.
Oh sweet.
So like 460, 470 to the wheels on a 93. Beyond that, with an E52 it'll make a difference. Best part, honestly, 33 miles to the gallon cruising.
That was gonna be my next question. What was your favorite thing about the car? But you already answered it.
Yeah, mileage and cheaper insurance.
Oh really?
So I came from an STI.
Oh yeah, I can understand.
And STI insurance is horrible.
What's the biggest pet peeve on this car? How long have you had it?
So I got it in December. I put on 12,000 miles between December 6th and the end of February.
Oh wow.
So I drove like hell.
Yeah.
Biggest pet peeve? Honestly, the battery. It doesn't want to stay tuned ever. So, when you don't have it plugged in, it dies like almost instantly. Like when I got it from the dealership, it gave me a battery warning light. Even driving around wouldn't recharge it.
Oh wow.
And to buy a new battery, it's like $700. But like I've added other stuff. Like one of the known issues with the Supra is the wind buffeting issue with the windows down. So with AMS, you won't see another set of AMS wind deflectors like that in forged carbon. They're one-on-one for this car. But it's fun.
I like it. I like the new Supras. They almost look like BMWs.
It's exactly like a Z4. So, and that's one of the things. Like on the back of the car, you have your typical "is that a Supra" kind of going.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can take it out in one hit because the IG it's a Beamer.
Yeah. When they first came out, and I thought it was some type of new Beamer, I was like, "What is this thing?" But I do like it.
Underneath the hood, everything you've seen nothing but BMW logos everywhere, especially suspension-wise. And then you have the BMW prices for replacement parts.
So how long do you plan on keeping it, or do you plan on upgrading?
I'm gonna keep this one forever. Within the next 2 years, I cross-shopped a bunch of different cars. I looked at an R35, I looked at a 570 Spider, and I looked at a brand new Vantage, just because it was manual. Next 2.5 years, I'll be going to either a McLaren GT or a Ferrari F12.
I voted on the McLaren.
But like but the reason for the F12 is like we have dogs and stuff we would want to go with us. And with that, seeing somebody get out of a Ferrari with a mullet and 2 dogs and their wife, you really can't beat that.
All right. Well, do you have an Instagram? We can give you a shout out.
Definitely. So like I said, it's a Beamer.
Makes sense.
I'm not really active on there. Like my past 2 previous cars, I was really active on there. But trying to run an IG channel is a lot of work because you're liking everybody's posts and everything. If you see me around, I'm more than willing to do a roll race. Not that I speed or anything. I always, follow the speed limit. But yeah, I mean, that's really about it.
All right, Carl, thank you for coming out to our show. And
no problem.
We'll definitely give you a shout out for your Instagram.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Today we have Anthony. Anthony, tell us about your nice truck.
This is a 1991 GMC Syclone. 2,995 original production line models of this one. This is the 950th one that came off the production line. This one sat in a museum from 1991 to 1993. It has an original mileage of 8,411 miles.
Oh, wow.
All right, and all that is documented. We have all the original documentation. And this came from Florida. I haven't had this truck but about a month and a half. And it's been well preserved. As you can see, there are a few modifications that's been done to it. These came stock with 280 horsepower from the factory. This one now has 400 from the upgrades that were recently made by myself and the previous owner. Other than that, the truck is completely stock. We have all the original parts boxed up and put in a storage area for someone that might want to buy it at a later date and put it back to the original status. But other than that, everything is original outside of the upgrades.
That's smart. So, as I understand, this is a pretty rare car, so do you have a hard time finding parts for it?
Yes, the parts of these trucks are very hard to find. If you do find them, you better jump on them while you can. There are some people that are making aftermarket parts that will fit, but they're scarce as well. So they are very hard to find, and the people that work on these trucks are hard to find as well.
What's your favorite thing about this truck so far?
I love it because it's black. It's a 6-cylinder with a lot of horsepower, and it's fun to drive.
And what would you say is the least favorite thing about this truck?
Having to keep it clean and the mileage low on it.
Yeah, I was about to say, the black is hard to keep clean.
Yep, very hard to keep clean.
So what modifications did you put on this vehicle?
The modifications that were done, the truck was dropped 2 inches. There's a complete CalTrack system put on it for traction and straight control. When you hit it, all-wheel drive, it goes straight. It doesn't pull left, doesn't pull right. It's tight, it goes straight. It's very unique as far as the modifications. It's got a methanol injection system on it to help keep the horsepower up and the combustion chambers cool. But it's a really fun truck to drive. It's got a 3-inch catback exhaust system on it, all the way from the front to rear, which helps the performance as well.
Wow. How long do you think you'll keep this truck?
Until somebody offers to buy it.
All right, yeah, what's the price?
Let's just see what kind of offers we get.
All right, I like it.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Nolan,
and he's going to tell us about his sweet truck. We actually we were walking all the way over there, and something caught our eye. So let us see it.
So what we have here is a 1970 C10. It's got a 5.3 with probably 200,000 plus miles on it.
Oh wow!
We got an Amazon Special Turbo, 180 bucks. I did the whole hot side. It's a log manifold with 2.5-inch pipes. 4L80E behind it. It's actually the second one I put in because we blew up the first one.
All right, what other modifications do you have on this vehicle?
Right now it's bagged on all four corners. It's got Porterbuilt A-arms in it. There's no management, it's just Schrader valves I end up having to inflate if they ever get low, or I need to haul a bigger load.
Oh, you actually haul with this?
Yes, it actually gets used. We actually just got back 2 weeks ago from Bowling Green. We did the 1,500 miles there. This has been back and forth to Wisconsin a couple times.
Wow, is that where you're from?
Yep.
I hear the accent.
Yep, so it does get used. I don't daily drive it, but every other day probably.
Oh wow, very impressive. You get a lot of people stopping you, asking you about the car or truck?
Only when the hood's popped. It's a sleeper. No one asks about it until the hood's up for sure.
What would you say is your favorite thing about the truck?
I would say my interior, just because I'm going for more of the modern, so it's got a subwoofer, double din, heated seats, power seats, Dakota digital gauge.
Oh, sweet. I like that steering wheel.
That was actually a $20 swap meet find. I thought it would fit in perfect with the aesthetic of the truck.
All right, I need to take you grocery shopping. Seems like you know how to find the best deals. What would you think is the worst part about owning this truck, or your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve is probably the bedside that is half-assed done. When I went to go buy the truck, the dude had just the nice sides around, and I showed up and it was a half-done patinaed look bedside, and that's all that was done.
Oh, wow.
That's probably my number one pet peeve on it.
How long are you going to keep it, or do you plan on getting rid of it for something else?
No, this is a keeper just because it does get used so often.
That's good that you use
I'm
it.
that moving friend, so it's a fast move.
All right. Well, Nolan, I appreciate you talking to us, and do you have an Instagram we can do a shout out for you?
It's a man with a mullet and a C10.
All right. Very well. Thank you so much. Whoa! Almost
Thank
fell
you.
over.
gentlemen, it's time to head home. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button so you can see what other interviews we conduct, especially with that old school truck over there, the big old turbo on it. I love how he fabricated everything himself. I'm a big fan of that DIY stuff. But as always, stay tuned and see what we have coming up next.